And I want to tell you what weapons, aircraft and ships the Chinese military is now using as part of this campaign of intimidation, additional intimidation of Taiwan at this point of time. One of the chief weapons you're seeing streaking across the skies from the Chinese coast and over Taiwan are the DongFeng DF-15 short-range ballistic missiles. China has hundreds of these. They've been firing these from coastal batteries. Another common weapon being fired today by the Chinese over Taiwan, very close to their waters, is the DongFeng 17. That's a medium-range ballistic missile that has set a lot of alarm bells ringing. This has happened before, but never with such intensity. The Shandong and Liaoning are the two Chinese aircraft carriers which have left their ports, and they are both approaching the area around Taiwan. Now, China will say that these are routine deployments, but those deployments have already started. Chinese Type 055 stealth guided missile destroyers are very much part of the large number of military drills happening around Taiwan at this point of time. There are several of these ships out there. They're armed to the teeth. There's Shenyang J-11 air superiority fighters that the Chinese reverse engineered from Russia many years ago. These are flying very close to the Taiwan Strait median line. There are also J-16, Shenyang J-16 multirole strike fighters that the Chinese are using at this point of time to kind of project air power and air superiority over Taiwan, which has a far smaller air force. China's most advanced aircraft, the J-20, the Chengdu J-20, which is a fifth-generation stealth fighter, is also, we hear, being used in air patrols and combat missions at this point of time during those war exercises. The Xian H-6, and you saw pictures of it a moment ago, are long-range strategic bombers. These are also flying missions not very far from the Taiwanese air defense space. PHL-03 long-range rocket artillery. These are the rockets that were being fired from the beaches, the coast of China into the Taiwan Strait. And of course, Xian Y-20 heavy military transport aircraft are also being demonstrated in flights, because these are the aircraft which would deliver troops if ever China needs to mount any kind of a large troop delivery exercise into Taiwan, which has never happened so far. So obviously Taiwan isn't just a sitting duck. It has weapons of its own, many of them supplied by the United States. But what are these counters? For instance, in response to the DongFeng missiles which are being fired by China, Taiwan has the Skybow anti-missile system, which is capable of shooting down those missiles. The Chinese J-11 fighters, well, Taiwan has F-16 fighters, advanced F-16 fighters supplied by the United States. The Chinese J-16 multirole strike fighters, Taiwan has Mirage 2000 fighters of French origin, very much like the ones we have here in India. The Chinese J-20 stealth aircraft, the fifth generation stealth aircraft, very difficult to detect, very difficult to engage and shoot down. Taiwan has the Patriot air defense system, but very difficult to actually detect these aircraft. Now coming to the Chinese warships, remember there are aircraft carriers, there are destroyers that have been deployed around Taiwan. Taiwan is absolutely bristling with American anti-ship Harpoon missiles. It has them on its island territories and in many other locations on the island, so it is absolutely peppered with anti-ship missiles because of the sheer size of the Chinese Navy. Now, you've also got long-range bombers that the Chinese have been flaunting and deploying. Taiwan, of course, has air defense missiles of many different kinds that it has in different batteries all across the island, as well as as the mainland as well. So it's not like Taiwan is undefended. It has its own weapons, but it also has the help of many of its allies.